Hello everyone. I hope you're doing well today. But now I want you to listen very carefully, because this video might be the most important video you watch this year. And I'm not saying this to sound dramatic. I'm saying it because you're losing something every single day, and you don't even realize it. You're losing your brain, not in a scary way, not like a disease, but slowly, quietly, you are letting your brain grow older, weaker, and slower, and you're not doing anything to stop it. You scroll your phone for hours. You repeat the same boring routine every single day. You avoid anything that feels uncomfortable. And then you ask, why am I forgetting things? Why don't I feel smart anymore? Why is life starting to feel dull and heavy? Because your brain is dying. And if you don't take control now, if you don't protect it, if you don't train it like a muscle, you will slowly become a zombie, awake, but not alive. This video is not for people who want fun little tips. This video is for people who are ready to fight for their mind, for people who want to stay sharp, powerful, creative, young, and full of life, even at 50, 60, 70. In this video, I'm going to show you the 16 most powerful habits to keep your brain young. Not the boring stuff you see everywhere. These are raw, real, and tested by people who don't want to survive. They want to stay alive up here. Points to head. And if you follow these, you won't just have a younger brain. You will think faster, speak smarter, feel better. You'll wake up with energy, sleep like a baby. And most of all, you'll stop feeling like your life is passing you by. But if you ignore this, don't complain later when your memory dies, your focus disappears, and you forget what it feels like to feel alive. This video is also perfect for your English. While you learn how to keep your brain young, you'll also improve your English listening, understanding, and confidence. So you're not just training your brain, you're growing your English too. Let's begin. Let's rebuild your brain from the inside. Habit 1. Use your other hand sometimes. Sounds simple, right? But don't laugh, because this small habit is a mental weapon, and almost no one uses it. Think of your brain like a tree. Every time you do something new or difficult, it grows a new branch. But if you do the same thing every day, the tree just sits there. No growth, no strength. Using your non-dominant hand, the hand you don't usually use, for brushing your teeth, eating, opening doors, or writing, forces your brain to wake up. You're not just moving a hand. You are building new neural connections. You're training your brain to stay flexible, alert, and sharp. Let's say you always use your right hand. Today, you try to eat with your left. It feels awkward. Maybe you spill some food. You feel frustrated. But that's exactly the point. That awkwardness, that struggle, that's your brain saying, wait, this is new. I need to grow. I need to focus. You force it to work harder. And that's when the magic happens. People who do this kind of brain training have better memory, faster thinking, and lower risk of brain aging in old age. So start now. Try writing your name with your other hand. Try brushing your teeth tonight with the wrong hand. Not for fun, but to fight brain death. Because if you only do what's easy, your brain gets lazy, and lazy brains die young. Habit 2. Do one hard thing every day. Let me be honest. Most people want an easy life. They avoid anything that feels scary, painful, or uncomfortable. But here's the truth no one wants to hear. Your brain only stays young when it struggles. Comfort kills it. Doing one hard thing every day means you challenge your brain like a warrior. You force it to grow stronger. What counts as hard? Speaking English even when you're scared. Waking up early when you don't feel like it. Saying no to junk food when everyone else is eating. Talking to someone new. Going to the gym. Studying one page even when you're tired. Every time you push your mind into pain or fear, just a little, you give it a shock. A reminder. You're still alive. There was a man named David, 44 years old, smart once, but now tired, unfocused, weak. He asked his doctor, "Why does my brain feel old?" The answer? Because you stopped doing hard things 10 years ago. He started small. He took a cold shower for 20 seconds every day. He forced himself to read one page of a book he didn't like. He walked for 20 minutes alone with no phone. Within 30 days, he said, "My brain feels electric again." Not because of pills, but because of struggle. Simple challenge for you. Right now, pick one hard thing for today, not tomorrow, not someday. Now and do it. Then tomorrow, do another. Because if you don't, you will rot in the comfort that is quietly destroying you. Habit 3. Stay away from screens for some time every day. Let me hit you with the truth. Your phone is making your brain stupid. Yes, I said it. Not slow. Stupid. Every time you scroll, your brain is doing the same thing. Jumping, jumping, jumping. You scroll from one video to another, one post to another. Do you think your brain likes that? No, your brain is getting punished. It's like giving sugar to a child every 3 seconds. What happens? The child becomes wild, unfocused, and weak. That's your brain right now. And here's the scariest part. Most people can't even sit alone in silence for 5 minutes anymore. They panic. They grab their phone like it's oxygen. That's not normal. That's addiction. That's brain rot. Think of someone in your life who's always online. They check Instagram 20 times a day. They reply in 2 seconds. They're always available. But talk to them in real life? They can't focus for more than 10 seconds. They forget things. They say, "What?" 10 times in a conversation. They feel tired, lazy, and mentally slow. That's the price of too much screen time. What you must do: start small. Turn off all screens for just 30 minutes a day. No phone, no music, no YouTube, no background noise. Just sit, walk, think, write. Let your brain breathe. Do this daily, and your brain will start healing. Do this daily, and your focus will come back. Do this daily, and you will remember who you are. But ignore this, and your brain will soon be controlled, not by you, but by a screen that doesn't care if you live or die. Habit 4. Sleep in a dark, silent room. Let me ask you something. Do you sleep with the TV on? With lights in your room? With your phone next to your head? Then congratulations. You are slowly killing your brain while you sleep. Sleep is not just rest. Sleep is when your brain cleans itself, repairs memory, resets emotions, and grows stronger. But only if it's deep. Only if it's dark. Only if it's silent. If light enters your eyes while you sleep, even a small light, a phone notification, a lamp, a street light through your window, your brain doesn't go fully deep. It stays half awake. Result? You wake up feeling tired, foggy, and irritated. You forget names. You lose focus. You feel older than you are. Imagine 2 men. Same age, same job, same stress. One sleeps 7 hours in a dark, quiet room. The other sleeps 7 hours with lights on and phone buzzing all night. After 30 days, one has energy, focus, motivation. The other has headaches, bad mood, and can't concentrate. What's the difference? Only how they sleep. Same hours, different quality. Your brain needs real sleep. You must make your room like a cave. Pitch black, use an eye mask or blackout curtains. No sounds, use earplugs or turn off everything. Phone far away, outside the room if possible. This is not a small change. This is a life-saving change. Because if you keep sleeping with distractions, you're not resting, you're rotting. Habit 5. Walk alone in nature without your phone. Here's a question that most people can't answer. When was the last time you walked alone, without your phone, and just listened to the sound of the wind, trees, birds, or your own thoughts? If your answer is, I don't remember, then your brain is not okay. It's trapped. You were born to experience life with your eyes, ears, skin, heart. But now, you only see through a screen. You only hear notifications. And you've forgotten how to just be. Walking alone in nature, even for 10 minutes, can reset your entire nervous system. It lowers stress. It improves memory. It boosts creativity. And it reminds your brain what peace feels like. There was a woman named Eliza. She had panic attacks, brain fog, and constant stress. Her therapist told her, "No pills, just walk outside every day without your phone." At first she hated it. She felt bored, anxious, restless. But after 1 week, she said, "I heard the birds, I noticed the sky, I heard my own thoughts again. It was like meeting myself after years." Her panic slowed. Her focus returned, not because of magic, but because nature is the medicine your brain forgot. Your challenge: find a quiet place, a park, a garden, a road with trees. Leave your phone at home. Just walk, breathe, watch, listen. Do it daily, not for weight loss, not for fun, for survival. Because if you can't be alone with your thoughts, you're not in control. Your brain is drowning in noise. And one day, that noise will destroy you. Habit 6. Read something that challenges your thinking. Most people only read what they like. They read things that agree with them, things that make them feel comfortable. But here's a brutal truth. If your brain never gets confused, it never gets stronger. Your mind is like a muscle. If it only lifts soft, light things, it stays weak. But if it lifts something heavy, something strange, something uncomfortable, it grows. That's what this habit is about. You need to read something that shakes your beliefs, something that makes you stop and say, "Wait, am I wrong?" It could be a book that disagrees with your opinion, a biography of someone you don't like, a story from a culture you don't understand, a science idea that sounds strange to you. Because when you do this, your brain is forced to think deeper, not just react. And that's how you stay young. Let me tell you about Marcus, a 36-year-old man who always believed money was evil. He hated rich people. He thought success meant greed. Then one day, he read a book by a millionaire who donated 90% of his money. Marcus was shocked. Not all rich people are bad, he thought. That single book changed how he saw the world. It didn't make him agree with everything, but it woke up parts of his brain that were sleeping for years. Now he reads books that make him uncomfortable on purpose. And he says his mind feels 10 years younger. Do this now. Don't just read to relax. Read to challenge your brain. Pick a book or article that you normally avoid. And when your brain says, "This is stupid," don't run. Stay there. Fight it. Think. Because if you always agree with everything you read, you are not thinking. You are just following. And followers don't have young minds. They have tired, lazy brains that stop learning. Habit 7. Try to remember without checking. Again, this one will hurt you because you are already addicted to the opposite. You forget something, you check Google. You forget a number, you check your phone. You forget a name, you ask again. It feels normal, right? But here's the harsh truth. Every time you check, instead of trying to remember, your brain becomes weaker. You are training it to be lazy. You are teaching it. Don't worry, brain. I'll ask again. I'll check again. And your brain stops working hard. This habit is about active recall, forcing your brain to pull out information without help. It's uncomfortable. It's hard. But that pain is exactly what keeps your brain sharp. Example. Sarah, a 25-year-old college student, used to forget everything. Her schedule, her lessons, even her passwords. Her teacher told her, "Stop writing everything down. Start using your brain like a toolbox, then not a trash can." So she did something crazy. Before checking anything, she waited 60 seconds. She tried to remember. She gave her brain one last chance. In 1 month, she felt a change. She remembered more. She learned faster. She even became more confident in her speech. Not because she studied harder, but because she stopped outsourcing her memory. Simple rule for you. Before you check something, pause. Close your eyes. Try to pull it from memory, even if it hurts. Because every time you remember on your own, you grow new brain wires. Every time you skip that chance, you cut those wires. This habit can make the difference between a brain that ages and a brain that survives. Habit 8. Do something new. You're bad at. You will hate this one. Your ego will fight it. But I don't care. I'm here to protect your brain, not your feelings. Here's the truth. Your brain grows the most when you suck at something, not when you win, not when you're good, but when you fail. And keep going. Do you want a young brain? Then go and look stupid on purpose. Learn the piano, try public speaking, dance badly, cook a new recipe, draw a sketch. Your brain doesn't care if you look cool. It only cares if you're growing. You've done this before. You forget a phone number, so you check your contacts. You forget a word, so you Google it. You forget what someone said, so you ask again, and you think, "It's okay, I'll just check." But here's what's really happening. Every time you check without trying to remember, you send a message to your brain. You don't need to work, I'll do it for you. Do this once? Fine. Do it every day? You destroy your memory. Not all at once, but piece by piece. Now think about this. You walk into a room and forget why. You meet someone and forget their name in 5 seconds. You read a word, and then 5 minutes later, you forget it. That's not age. That's not tiredness. That's a brain that's been taught to be lazy. Now imagine doing the opposite. You forget something, and you force yourself to pause. You close your eyes. You dig. You fight to remember. You feel uncomfortable. You sweat a little. But then, suddenly, it comes back. That moment is not small. That's your brain saying, "Thank you for using me. I'm still alive." That's how memory is built. Not by searching, not by asking, but by struggling. Your challenge. Pick one thing this week that you are bad at. Do it. Practice it. Suffer through it. Because when you do what you're bad at, you tell your brain, "We're still growing." But when you only do what you're good at, you become like an old dog doing the same trick every day. Boring, slow, and forgotten. Habit 9. Talk deeply, not just, "Hi, how are you?" This habit will feel uncomfortable, because it asks you to go deeper than fake smiles and small talk. Most people today speak like robots. How are you? I'm good. Nice weather. Busy day, huh? But let me ask you, when was the last time your brain felt alive during a conversation? Not entertained, not distracted, but truly alive. Your brain needs depth. It needs conversations that make it think, feel, and reflect. If you keep talking about nonsense, your brain will start treating people like noise. And one day, you'll forget how to even connect. Think of this. You meet someone, you both smile. You ask, "How are you?" They say, "Fine." You nod and move on. 2 days later, you forget their name. 1 week later, you don't remember their face. Why? Because nothing real happened in that conversation. Your brain didn't feel anything. No emotions, no meaning, just noise. Now imagine this instead. You ask someone, "What's something you're afraid to fail at?" They pause. They open up. They say something honest. "I'm scared of being alone one day." Your brain doesn't forget that. You walk away from that moment feeling connected, mentally alive, even emotionally changed. That is what keeps your brain young, not fake small talk, but emotional truth that shakes you. What you must do. Stop asking questions you don't care about. Stop giving answers that aren't real, and stop being scared of silence. Start asking, what's something that changed you this year? When was the last time you felt lost? What's something you've never said out loud? What's one thing you regret doing? What's your biggest fear? These are the kinds of questions that open people up and force your brain to engage on a deeper level. Your brain starts to listen carefully, feel emotions, analyze pain, and create new patterns. And if you never talk this way, you'll have 1,000 friends, but you'll still feel lonely because your brain never tasted real connection. Habit 10. Change your daily routine. Often, this one will hit you hard because your routine, the things you do every morning, every afternoon, every evening, is quietly killing your brain. You wake up the same way. You eat the same breakfast. You walk the same road. You talk to the same people. You watch the same shows. You sleep at the same time. Your brain? It's sleeping with its eyes open. Repetition without variation is poison. It makes your brain lazy, stiff, and bored. And boredom is not just a feeling, it's a signal. Hey, I'm dying here. Think of your morning today. Did it feel like yesterday? Woke up, scrolled phone, same breakfast, same shirt, same path, same music. That's your brain running on autopilot. And when you repeat this for weeks, months, years, you start to feel like life is moving fast, but you're not moving at all. You feel foggy, stuck, lifeless. But now imagine this. You wake up and brush your teeth with the opposite hand. You sit on the floor to eat breakfast instead of the table. You walk down a different street. You listen to a language you don't know. You wear a color you've never worn. Suddenly, your brain starts noticing. It starts waking up. It starts saying, "Wait, this is new. Pay attention." That's how you feed it. That's how you stay alive up here. Points to head. Same routine equals same results. Change equals growth. What you must do. Break the loop, not once, not twice. All the time. You don't need a new job or a new life. You just need to switch things up regularly. Eat breakfast in a different place. Change your walking route. Brush your teeth with the opposite hand. Sleep on the other side of the bed. Work at a different table. Rearrange your room. Start your day without your phone. Read a new type of book. Small changes. Big effects. Your brain gets surprised, And surprise equals growth. Because a brain that sees the same thing every day, it doesn't grow. It just slowly shuts down. You were not born to live on repeat. You were born to create. And you can't create anything when you're stuck in the same loop for years. Habit 11. Teach what you just learned. Here's a truth you've been avoiding. You don't really understand something until you can teach it. Most people read something, nod their head, feel smart for 5 minutes, and then forget everything the next day. Why? Because they never used it. They never explained it. They never shared it. Your brain is like a fire. If you don't pass the flame to others, it slowly goes cold. For example, you watch a video about how to stay calm under pressure. It makes sense. You nod your head. But the next day, you're stressed again. You don't apply anything. Why? Because your brain never processed it. You understood it. But you didn't own it. Now imagine this. Right after watching the video, you go to your younger brother and say, "Hey, I learned something powerful today. Let me explain it to you." In that moment, your brain is forced to organize the idea, to find simple words, to repeat the message clearly. You're not just remembering anymore. You're reinforcing. Later that week, when you feel pressure again, the idea comes back. Not because you rewatched the video, but because you taught it. That's what makes ideas stick. Not reading, not watching, teaching. What you must do. Every time you learn something new, no matter how small, teach it to someone. Not next week, not after you're perfect. Immediately. You don't need a classroom. You just need a moment. You can teach it to a friend, your brother or sister, your partner, a voice message, a piece of paper, or even the mirror. When you teach, your brain reorganizes the knowledge. It says, "Oh, this isn't just a random fact. This matters." And it keeps it longer, deeper, stronger. Even teaching one sentence a day can rewire your brain. But if you learn and never share, you're just storing ideas in a dusty drawer your brain will never open again. And that's why most people feel like they're learning every day. But they never truly change. Because they never pass the torch. Habit 12. Play strategy games, not mindless ones. Let's be very clear. Your brain hates boredom, but it hates stupidity even more. Most people play games to escape. Scroll games, candy tap games, endless tapping, bright colors, loud sounds, fast points, zero thinking. It feels fun, but it's destroying your brain's ability to think deeply. You are training your mind to expect rewards without effort, to touch and win, to move and get dopamine. And that is how you kill your brain while smiling. Now look at strategy games. Chess, Sudoku, word puzzles, memory card games, planning games with rules and thinking. These games hurt your head. You lose. You get stuck. You make mistakes. But that pain, that is your brain lifting weights. Next time you're bored, open your phone. Instead of clicking the usual easy game, try something that makes you think. You'll feel frustration, not fun. You'll want to quit. And that's the moment to stay. That's the moment your brain starts working again. You'll feel tired after 10 minutes because your brain is not used to effort. But that tiredness is not bad. It's growth. Think about it. When you eat junk food, it tastes good, but it makes your body sick. Same with games. Junk games feel good, but they rot your brain. Habit 13. Practice intermittent fasting for mental clarity. You won't like this because it doesn't sound fun or easy. But your brain doesn't care about comfort. It cares about control. Most people eat too much, too often, too mindlessly. and they don't realize one painful truth. When your stomach is always full, your brain becomes slow, because digestion is work, and when your body is busy with food, your brain has less energy. Now try this. Don't eat anything for 12 to 14 hours, like 8 p.m. to 10 a.m. Only drink water, just once or twice a week. You'll notice something strange. You become more alert, more focused, more clear, like your thoughts got sharper. Why? Because fasting activates a chemical called BDNF, a brain growth hormone. Yes, growth, like muscle for your mind. Next time you wake up, don't eat immediately. Don't touch snacks. Don't sip coffee with sugar. Just drink water and wait. In those quiet hours, observe your brain. You'll feel hunger, then discomfort, then clarity. You'll get ideas. You'll remember things faster. You'll think better. That's not magic. That's your brain in hunter mode, a state it forgot because you're always feeding it like a baby. But if you never fast, your mind will stay full and foggy forever. Habit 14. Use brainwriting instead of brainstorming. This habit is dangerous because it exposes how weak your thinking really is. You've heard of brainstorming, right? Everyone throws random ideas out loud. No silence, just fast talking. But here's the problem. Fast talking is often shallow thinking. People say what's easy, not what's deep. They perform, not reflect. Now try this. Next time you need ideas or solutions, try brainwriting. It means writing ideas in silence without talking. Just you and your thoughts. Set a timer. 5 minutes, 10 ideas. No internet, no conversation, no distractions. You'll notice something weird. The first 3 ideas are obvious. Then, your brain goes blank. And that's the moment your growth starts. Because now you must push. Now your brain must go deeper. This is where you find real creativity. The kind that changes your life. Try it today. Pick a problem. Why am I always tired? How can I improve my focus? What is wasting my time? Set a timer for 7 minutes. Write without stopping. No editing, no deleting, no talking. At minute 3, you'll want to quit. Keep going. At minute 5, your brain will hurt. Keep writing. At minute 7, you'll have one thought that shocks you. That thought could save your life. But if you always brainstorm out loud, you'll only speak what's already in your mind, never what's beneath your mind. Habit 15. Take cold showers to shock mental alertness. This habit is brutal, and that's exactly why it works. Most people live their entire life chasing comfort. They want warm blankets, soft chairs, sweet snacks. They want everything to feel safe. But here's the hard truth. Comfort is the slowest way to kill your brain. Because when your body is always comfortable, your mind gets lazy. It stops fighting. It stops adapting. It stops evolving. Now imagine this. You wake up, you turn on the shower, but not warm. Ice cold. Every part of you screams, no. Your chest tightens. Your mind panics. You want to run. And in that exact second, something powerful happens. Your brain snaps into full alertness. No coffee, no sugar, no phone. Just shock. Just survival. Because your body thinks it's under attack. And that's when your brain comes alive. Your breathing gets faster. Your awareness gets sharper. Your blood starts moving. Your focus increases. And your mind stops thinking about useless things. This is real activation. This is mental control. Try this tomorrow. After your normal warm shower for just 30 seconds, turn the water to cold. Very cold. You will panic. You will want to jump out. Your brain will say, "This is stupid." But stay in and tell your brain, We don't run from discomfort anymore. After you do it, you'll feel awake, alive, and something deep inside you will say, I can handle life. Because if you can control your body's panic, you can control your mind's weakness. And that's what keeps your brain young. Not hot showers, not easy mornings, not feeling safe, but facing the storm and standing tall. Habit 16. Memorize one new poem or song every week. This is the final habit. And it's not soft. It's not cute. It's not just for fun. It's mental surgery. It's about rebuilding your brain from the inside. Because here's the truth. Your memory is dying. Every day you forget names, places, small moments. And you just accept it. You blame age, stress, life. But the real reason is this. You stopped memorizing. You think everything should be easy to find. Why remember a number when it's in your phone? Why remember a word when Google knows it? Why remember a sentence when the internet saves it? Because you've outsourced your memory, and your brain has stopped trying. The fix. Choose one small poem, or one verse from a song, or a quote. Something with rhythm, emotion, flow. Repeat it out loud. Write it down by hand. Test yourself. Make your brain work. Make it hold something real. Because memorizing is deep thinking. It forces your brain to focus, repeat, structure, and connect. And that is how you build mental muscles. Not by scrolling, not by listening, not by watching, but by holding something inside you. Word for word. Think of that one song you still remember from years ago. The one you didn't try to memorize, but it stuck in your head. Now imagine using that same power on purpose. Use it to memorize a quote that inspires you, a poem that challenges you, a sentence that makes your eyes water. And repeat it every day until it becomes a part of you. Do this every week. In 1 year, you will have 50 poems, quotes, verses living inside your brain. Not online, not on your phone, inside you. And guess what? People who memorize regularly have sharper focus, have better memory recall, have more control over emotions, and slower brain aging, backed by real science. But if you never memorize anything, your brain becomes a library where every book is missing. You walk inside, and everything is empty. That's what most people's minds feel like now. These are not nice habits. These are uncomfortable, painful, and raw. That's why they work, because everything that keeps the brain young lives outside your comfort zone. Your brain is not your friend. It doesn't care about your dreams. It only cares about saving energy. And if you don't fight back, it will slowly shut down your fire. It will keep you safe while you lose your mind, and piece by piece. But now you have the tools, the 16 weapons, each one simple, but powerful, each one quiet, but deadly. Use them daily, not for fun, not for views, for survival. Because if you don't protect your brain, no one will. If this video opened your eyes, if even one habit made you feel something inside, then don't just watch and forget. Use it. Live it. Fight for your brain. Because most people will keep scrolling, but you now know the truth. And if you want more videos that don't waste your time, videos that help you grow, think better, and live stronger, then subscribe to our channel right now. Because we're not here to entertain you. We're here to transform you. Let's build the strongest minds together.